Greetings, gentlemen, and of course, ladies. I welcome you to a new media, a program about new media and all its forms, and of course, all its aspects. Before I begin, I really would like to play a sound for you. Listen. Oh, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but I think it's time to get a better internet connection. What I plan to do now is show you what the studies have found to be the fastest and most reliable internet options. The more we use the internet, the more we need to be constantly connected to it. Now, fiber is the fastest, cleanest, and most reliable connection, so switching to it may be the best option for you and your family. You should also consider both DSL and fiber connections before making a decision. Seriously, DSL, really? I mean, wow, okay. Data is transmitted over fiber using very thin standards of glass rather than copper. DSL makes use of phone lines because, fiber optic lines allow light to travel at high speed. Gigabit fiber is like 100 times faster than DSL. So what are your thoughts? When you have fiber, your family can watch HD movies and play online games without buffering or lags, with low latency, or even waves interferences.
There are a few ways to access the internet in SA. Maybe you use 3G on your phone or tablet, which is convenient, but the data can be rather expensive. And with limited coverage, you could be out of luck. Or maybe you're still using dial-up, which, well, you remember dial-up. ADSL is by far the most stable and affordable way to access broadband internet. It uses your existing telecom phone line, but splits it into two channels, one for voice and one for data. This way, you can still use the phone while accessing.
We are not finished yet. Stay tuned for our media story segment, and of course, we have got the content creator and video game segment. Stay with us. Well, we are back with a new segment, which is the media segment, of course. It's about satellite. So, a satellite is a spacecraft that circles around another body in the sky. The moon is a natural satellite, and the International Space Station, which orbits the Earth, is an artificial one.
Orbits or goes around a planet or star, and there are lots of different types. Some natural things are satellites, like the moon, because it goes around the Earth. But usually when people talk about satellites, they mean the ones that were made by people and launched into space. They're sort of like spaceships moving around the Earth, and they're usually made up of a computer along with solar panels to get power from the sun. Sometimes they also have...
Now, these are cool, right? There are many natural satellites, and most planets have their own moons. For example, there are at least 53 natural satellites around Saturn, which was visited by the Cassini spacecraft from 2004 to 2017. Heavy segment, but a very informative one. I hope you really enjoyed it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Upload segment, where we are used to having new and unique content creators every week in our show. So now let me tell you this. Now, if you want to learn how to play piano, you would search on the internet how to play piano. You will find it. How to do this and that. You will find everything on the internet. And today, if you want to know how to prepare a certain meal or a dish, you can also do that. Tutorial on how to make a specific dish. With that being said, we have a wonderful content creator on Instagram and also on TikTok that shares his experience with making and giving people different recipes from different parts of the world so that we can actually make them. So welcome with me, Mr. Yousef, aka the Chef Daddy Kuwait. Welcome.
How are you doing? Great.
Great. So are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Well, before we shoot this episode, I was scrolling down your Instagram account and I just feel hungry right now, so we hope that finish this real quick so that we can go out and have some food. But before that, Please, this is the thing that I usually do with all the guests. I would like you, Mr. Yousef, to look at your camera and tell the people something about you.
Hello, my name is Yousef Shaitawi. I have an account called Chef Daddy. I teach people how to make meals or dishes you could call. My favorite is steaks. I'm known for making steak. I use sous vide, and I believe I'm known for that.
All right. I'm drooling already. Okay, so now in this episode, or actually in this segment, we focus on the social media itself and how you entered this field. What are your experience during the process of making the content and sharing it with the whole world? So how did it all start? Why this idea came and how?
Well, I always wanted to have an account, but unfortunately I couldn't do it because I had certain things to do in my mind first. So when I started the account is because a lot of the students ask me how they see my Snapchats, and they'll be like, hey, did you do that? Yes, I did it myself. Okay, then I was like, you know what, maybe I should open an account because I live in UK, and most of the students rely on cooking in the house so they could save a lot of money. So I started to open an Instagram account. I thought maybe it's a good idea, and they start to enjoy it. They start to see, hey, Mr. Yousef, you know how to cook, because most of them are my students. So they were like, yeah, and then I started to upload more and more because it was a passion for me since I was young. I remember even my cousin, I went to his house once and we made sushi and we made some sushi salad. That's how it started since I was like 8 years old.
I need a friend like you, Yousef, to be honest. Now, all my friends, they just order food.
Yeah.
Also, what year was that?
The Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, it started in 2019. Yes.
2019. So
yeah.
it's not long time ago.
No, not
but you're
long time
already familiar with, people know you.
Yeah.
You have quite a huge number.
I hope more.
Yeah, hopefully you continue and get more love from the people, because yes, whatever you do is just wonderful. It's helpful, and the tips that you give and the things that you post is just extremely helpful for people who would like to learn how to cook or save money, as you mentioned, for students and everyone.
Yes.
So let's now talk about the equipment that you use regarding the posting and making these videos.
Well, for Instagram, if you're going to do something on social media, a phone will be enough. If you're going to start with a phone, that's how usually they start. They usually start with a phone. Then the more professional you become, you could use more lights, studio lights, cameras, microphone. Now I stepped up my level. Now I have microphone with me all the time. I have lights like the ones you have here to improve the lighting, and yeah, that's how you start. Just a phone will be enough.
So step by step,
yes,
you try to improve the things that you have so that you have a better quality, let's say audio or a visual.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, most of the answers that we got from our guests is phone is more than enough. So this is just to let the people know that if you would like to start any type of account or to share your content, phone is, everyone have a phone.
Yeah.
Some of us have maybe 2 or 3.
Yes.
So it's possible for everyone to start, but as long as you have the idea, you have the passion for it,
passion is the most important one. Yeah.
Exactly, you can start. So, who inspired you first place to share to be like a chef?
Oh, well, it started with my mother. I remember when I was young, we used to watch TV. I remember we have only 10 channels at that time. I was born in 1988, so and I remember I was helping her making a dish called the ma'ali when I was young. So I was telling her what's the ingredient, and she was watching a chef, and it became something that I liked to do. So I kept doing it. I still even remember the first dish I ever made by myself. I was like 9 or 10. It was a French toast. And every time I make the French toast, I smell the
9 years old me.
I remember myself when I was 9, my father in my mother's kitchen, in our old house. It brings all the memories back. So yeah, that's how it started. Then it becomes a passion. Then you keep doing it and practice. I remember inviting people to my friends to my house, experiment on my family. I would be like, I just made this dish. Will you try it? And sometimes they have food poisoning. Yeah, that's how it started. Yeah, it becomes a passion. Then you start to read books, TV. Then the internet came, which made it much more easier to self-taught. You teach yourself. In the past, you have to go to a specific training, you have to find someone who knows how to cook, or you have to find the right book. Now, everything is on the internet. You could be an engineer just by watching everything on the internet.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned in the intro.
Yeah.
You can search for anything and you can find it. You can learn by yourself, yes.
Exactly.
All right, so now let's talk about how you react to the feedback of the people. Now, let's say if I'm like following you and I ask you about, hey, Yousef, can you teach me how to prepare a certain dish? And you know how to do that.
Yes.
Would you actually do that for the people that follow you, or it's like the content that you create is from your own?
I do get requests to make a certain dish, which I do. I do respond to my followers all the time, even in private messages, wherever they ask about anything, I help them. But usually, the reason why I started the account, one of the reasons actually, is because I wanted to introduce something new. Because when I opened the Instagram, like everything is the same. So I was like, you know what? I need to introduce something new to this, to our culture. So most of the food you will find on my account is not from our culture because it's very saturated. So I want something new. I want to do something new, new cooking method. For example, I don't know anyone here in our region who uses sous vide as a method of cooking. If you have heard about it.
No.
It's where you cook a meat in a vacuum. So you put it in a vacuum bag and put it inside hot water, and it controls the temperature of the meat, so you can cook it in a certain way. And it is really, really great way to improve the food, the taste of the food. Yeah, it's really great.
Are you guys hungry already? All right, we should actually try your food one day. You should invite us.
I hope so.
Because I like noticed from the videos that you create, you have some guests also in your kitchen.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about this idea?
Well, after I started my account, I've noticed that there's a lot of people who like to cook on Instagram, and I'm like, how am I going to compete? So there's two ways. I did one of them is that I introduced something new. The second one, I remember I watched a show really long time ago, maybe when I was in high school, 2005, 2004, I believe. I don't remember the year, but it's a long time ago. A show called Rachel Ray, where she invites celebrities to cook with her. And I enjoyed that. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should bring someone from the social media. So I brought influencers. I'm trying to bring actors.
TV hosts.
TV hosts, for example, yeah, TV hosts, which I did actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So
I want to be the first, but yeah.
And people start to like that. So they ask me, can you bring this person, and I'm trying, but first of all, it's not easy.
Yeah, of course.
And sometimes it costs you a lot of money to do that. I tried even to bring this. There's this famous. I don't know if I can say his name, but I tried to bring.
Is that an influencer?
No, he's a very, very known Turkish actor.
Oh, it's okay, you can mention names.
No, I'm not going to mention.
Yeah, sure.
But I lost my opportunity. Even though I had everything ready, I have everything, even the payment. I was very happy to bring it, but sometimes you can't.
So this is one of the challenges that you face.
Yes.
Yes. Is there like any other challenges?
Right now, no, I don't see any challenges.
Like maybe since like. If I'm thinking about this, I know I'm a chef. I know how to make different dishes. If like by the time I like consistently create videos of the food I know how to make, and then I will run out of ideas. So is this one of the challenges? You could, yeah. I did face that. You could run out of ideas, but then I remember 1 minute, there's billions of ideas. So never stop thinking about any new ideas. Right now, on social media, I've noticed, especially with TikTok, you have the very quick, very short videos. So I didn't enjoy that, but this is the trend. If you want to succeed, you have to do it this transitions,
way.
You mean?
Yeah, because
like they cut.
Yeah, very quick cut. Yes. There's no explanation.
I enjoy this as well. Yes.
Yeah. The reason why I started my account is because I've noticed no one tried to explain. Everyone's trying to be a show off. Look at me cooking. No, I don't want that. I want to teach people how to cook. Yeah. So I do a lot of explanation, which people did enjoy. I would appreciate it. Also, yeah. I don't know how to make eggs. Yeah, you need to explain it. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. But if I'm gonna do something really quick, they'll be like, "What did he do? I have to." Yeah, it was fast. I have to replay that. Yes. And this is the reason why they do it, because they wanted to watch more than once. Would that benefit them? Yes. especially TikTok and Instagram does push for loop videos. Loop videos is where the viewer has to watch it more than once or twice or 3 times. Once they start to watch it more than once, your video will be pushed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what they do. So you need a video to be extremely short. So a regular person will have to watch it at least 3 times.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's
I've
why
seen
it's
a lot
trendy.
of these videos.
Yeah, this is why it's trendy. And I know a lot of people who actually...
But you haven't done that.
I don't want to do it.
Because you want to explain to the people how to make the dishes.
But it will never, you will never succeed in Instagram if you keep doing it this way. Because Instagram has a certain algorithm. And the loop video is number 1. You know, the only way for you to succeed if you have a big mass of followers who will be willing to watch 1 minute videos is for right now it's very long.
Yeah,
it's considered very long.
Very long.
Yeah.
10 seconds would be okay for me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the most viewed video of yours. Do you have any idea?
I have.
This is like
on TikTok. The most viewed video right now is the one with an actress called Layali Dihrab. It was very fun video. It's the most viewed one. It's right now. I believe it's around 1 million.
Oh, mashallah.
And my second and the highest viewed video is me deep frying a Wagyu steak on Instagram. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun because people liked it. They'd be like, "Hey, is he deep frying a steak?" Yes, I am deep frying a steak. You can't do that. It's something new for them. And I did it sous vide, where you have to cook in a vacuum, then deep fry it. And I made the video like how Instagram wanted short, easy, cuts, really quick, and it was actually really very successful video. Yeah,
that's really nice.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Yousef, tell us about your goals in social media.
Right now I have a main goal. So what I do is I start with a large goal. But if you want to start with that large goal, you can't achieve it because you'll be like, oh, this is a very hard one to achieve. So what I do is I put small goals between them. So my first goal was, hey, could I reach 10,000 followers? So yes, I did that. Now I have another goal. Okay, how about 50? Okay, I did that. Now my other goal is, what if I could bring this person? You know, it's hard to achieve to bring that person, but still it's smaller than my main goal. So I go to that one. Now I did it. Okay, now I want to achieve 100,000 followers. Okay, I did that. Okay, now I want to do something that through these followers, you can achieve more goals. So I want to be a representative for a specific brand. I did achieve that. So that's how you do it. You don't go immediately to the big one. Baby steps, exactly. So you put goals, and once you achieve that goal, it gives you a motivation to go to the biggest goal you have in mind.
The reason I'm smiling because when I started my own YouTube channel in 2017, I had this whiteboard. Yeah. And one of my friends was with me. He was like, "Okay, Duaij, what's your purpose here? What's the goal?" I was like, "I want the silver certificate. That one." So the shield. So he was like, "All right. So in order to get there, we have to go baby steps."
Yes.
So first, let's get 5K, 10K. Yes. It's exactly the same thing, and it works.
Yes, it does work.
Because if like by time let's say 2 months, 3 months, and you're still not there,
yes,
it will be like you will not feel good about it. You will stop.
Yes, exactly.
But if you reach the small goals that you just mentioned, the baby steps, it will be easier for you to reach the goal. And yes, this is one advice for you, dear viewers, if you would like to be in this field. Now, let's talk about what keeps you motivated before we conclude.
My family, my friends, my followers, my ideas, my goals. It's the one that keep you going. It's the one that tells you don't stop, keep going. And you see supports all the time. Even for my followers, I don't know who they are, but they are giving me a lot of support, which I do appreciate. And that's how I keep it going.
Yeah, as content creators, we appreciate comments, especially the positive ones. All right, now since we are about to finish this beautiful, wonderful interview with you, Mr. Yousef, please look at the camera again and tell the people an advice before we finish.
My advice is, if you have a goal in mind, if you have a passion for something, I always tell my students, if you're good at something, just keep improving yourself, because you don't know, someday maybe that one thing you have in your mind, or that one thing hobby you like. I started with the cooking. Now I have a big Instagram account. I'm trying to start my own business through that small hobby I started like 20 or 25 years ago. I never had an idea that this is what's going to lead me to. So if you have something, keep going with it, keep practice, keep improving it, and you don't know what's going to happen.
unfollow it. You heard the man. That was nice. Thank you so much for being part of this interview.
Thank you very much.
And now my favorite segment. Today my segment is different. It's about MMO games. We did this before, but this one is in another perspective. MMOs games are an excellent way for children to learn how to collaborate and get along with others. However, not all MMOs are created equal. Some are better suited to children than others. So today I will talk MMOs for kids that are also enjoyable for adults. These games are enjoyable, challenging, and suitable for people of all ages to play. When looking for an MMO to play with your children or the entire family, you want to find one that is challenging enough to keep everyone interested, but not so difficult that it becomes frustrating, right? You also want to have a game with appealing graphics, colors, and sounds, and also the themes for children, as well as plenty of content to keep everyone entertained for hours. Minecraft by Mojang Studios. Date of publication November 18, 2011. It was on PC, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox, Android, iOS, and Nintendo Switch. All platforms. So fans of Lego will enjoy voxel games. Minecraft is a game that has been around for a quite long time and doesn't need to be explained. We have talked about this many times. It can be played both offline and online. In the online mode, players can join servers to play with other people in a number of different games and mods. There is a Minecraft server online for literally everyone, whether you want to build big things together or just mine for resources or fight or do anything. And now they have the Panda update, so you might want to check this out. And now we got Adventure Quest 3D, date of release October 19, 2016, PC, Mac, Android, and iOS, of course, all these devices. Adventure Quest 3D is the 3D MMO sequel to the 2D RPG Adventure Quest, which was very popular with younger players in the early to mid-20s.
Adventure Quest 3D is a reimagining of the original web browser game. It's a cross-platform MMORPG that allows people to play together from PC, Mac, Android, or iOS. This game initially released in early access on Steam back in 2016, and due to seeing more people request it recently, I've decided now is the time to jump in and see if it's any good. As of making this video, the game's sitting at mostly positive reviews overall on Steam, and seems to have a fairly stable player population.
AQ 3D has bright, cartoony graphics, a lot of funny quests and adventures, and a simple and easy to learn combat system. Players keep coming back for more because there is always something new to do in the game. That is it for today, dear viewers. We hope you enjoyed this beautiful segment of the video game, and we hope to see you again in the next one. Welcome back, dear viewers, with another segment from Fatima. Let us see what she got for us today.
Hello dear Duaij, today I'm gonna have a quick survey asking the people about the e-books or they use the normal books. So let's see this quick survey together and see what people they prefer to use.
If we're trying to compare ebooks and printed books, to me, there is a special relationship with whatever is printed. I can hold it with my hand, I can feel the page flipping through the page, I can feel, because we grow up with this technology. To me, the ebook can add up probably to a certain point to the reading process. But again, if we want to compare both things, it's a more of a, I'm an old school kind of guy, so probably there is nothing to compare with holding a book, feeling a book, flipping through a book, and reading from a book instead of having like a Kindle or Amazon.
When we are talking about the ebook, that's another thing. I never see the ebook as a replacement for the paper book. It's two different alternatives. You can choose to read from a paper book, you can choose to read from an ebook, and some people do read from both at the same time. They read in ebooks when they are away from their paper books, and they go reading for the paper books when they have the time for the paper book. So I never look to the ebooks as a threat to the paper book. I look that it's another modality that we can utilize as publishers and even as readers.
The only thing in the Arab world, we have a problem with protecting the ebook, because the ebook is not protected. That's why it's not doing its role. But the social media should be able to promote the physical books.
There is no better method. It's about which one you prefer and which one you are going to use in the proper time. E-books are suitable for certain times. Paper book has that, you know, the feeling of the paper, the feeling of that you are sitting with your book and flipping the pages, that you cannot obtain from an e-book. However, the e-book is the best when you are away from your library or when you are traveling. You cannot carry like 10 or 15 books with you. However, you can, in your mobile phone, you can carry thousands of books and you can read whatever you like. So again, I think there are two different modalities. You choose whatever you like, and it depends on the reader which one he prefers.
So that was my quick survey for today, asking the people about what they prefer. Is the ebook or the normal book to be used? So I wish you like this report. See you in other reports.
Thank you for this report and coverage, Fatima. Every day we learn something new and appreciate social media's beauty through your opinions, through your experience. So we hope you enjoyed this segment. And now, dear viewers, we have reached the end of this lovely episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We have talked about video games. We met a content creator, a media story. So many cool things every time, every episode of New Media. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe and goodbye.